Hey folks, what's here? Welcome back to another Poem Master video, and today we're going to go over Burgh and Leavanny's sync grid, right? So, like I mentioned before, Burgh and Leavanny dropping tonight. I will be live streaming summons. Hopefully you don't get screwed as bad as we did on Signals of Grimsley banner. I still don't have that live Signals of Grimsley. So hopefully we get 3 out of 5 Burgh with a relatively low amount of gems, so we could save some and spend some on Grimsley. That would be nice, right? Wouldn't it? But yeah, anyways. As for the grid is it seems like they're doing this a lot with like the paid units on their like one out of 5. You know, they get a lot of like the really basic good stuff, right? You get like I wouldn't say it's not anything like amazing what you have at the 1 out of 5, but they're like really basic fundamental stuff, right? For example, you get like the move gauge regens, the MPRs, all that stuff, right? You just get your basics, right? And that's basically the the lowest standards that you want in a sync grid is to at least have the move gauge refreshes and MPRs on these grids, right? Which again, a lot of these 1 out of 5s do have recently, at least for the summable units, right? So anyways, as for the grid, as usual, I'll just do them 1 by 1, 1 out of 5, and then we'll talk about some 2 out of 5 builds and 3 out of 5 builds, right? So for 1 out of 5, like usual, you really don't have much to spend in terms of like nodes and stuff. Like 60 energy, like you could basically just pick up like almost everything, and then that'll be your 60 energy. Although there are like for this grid, there are some like you can't really pick up, but again, if you guys don't want to waste too many orbs on this, just pick up the essentials. X special attack MP refresh, right? Probably want to go down here, pick up the bug buzz. Move gauge refresh. If you want silver one, you could go for that as well. I'm just not sure how viable it would be at 1 out of 5 without the extra 2 swag bags, right? Again, you do have a swag bag on your passive, but you know the rates aren't obviously as high, right? And you probably want to go down here and pick up Scurry Head MP refresh. This one isn't the most important one, but defense +3, speed not bad, I guess, and then also pick up Grand Entry here if you're doing Villa. If you're not doing Villa, then no point picking this up. But if you're picking up Burgh and Leavanny, anyways, you're probably going to be using for the Villa, so pick it up, I guess. So, and also this Bug Buzz power up node, right? As for some other stuff, you have 6 energy left, and again, you took out, you took most of this stuff. Soul Shield's not that great, especially for a striker, right? Just pick up some good stat nodes, special attack, and then well, I can't pick up speed, so you can either go for these 2 special attacks plus I guess the special defense, or just go for that 1 plus 10 speed, and then I'd probably go for that 1 plus 10 speed and then 1 more special attack. But again, these aren't necessary. These are basically most of the stuff that you want to get, right? So anyways, that's 1 out of 5. Let's talk about some 2 out of 5 builds, right? So 2 out of 5, you get your first swag bag, which is nice. It's not everything. You could build a pretty solid Bug Buzz build, and you could maybe work with Silver Wind a bit, right? You get Silver Wind move gauge regen here again, right? Pick up swag bag, and then you probably want to go up here and pick up Bug Buzz move gauge regen. If you want, you could pick up on roll as well, right? Which would be decently useful. With only 1 swag band, you probably want to still pick up that X special attack MPR. Again, it's not a big deal if you don't pick it up, right? As for this corner, you don't really get much. This corner, Befuddle, not a huge fan of. Grand Entry, again, you can pick it up if you want, but you do have that 1 swag bag on your Silver Wind, which again does increase the chances of raising all your stats on, well, not all your stats. It's attack, special attacks, speed, I think, right? Defense, special defense, so those 5 stats. But yeah, other than that, just some I guess Bug Buzz power up nodes, some stat nodes, right, for the most part. And you got a okay-ish Bug Buzz build, I guess, right? Again, it's depending on what you're trying to do, right? So you go with something like this for 2 out of 5. If you want to also pick up Healing Sun for some reason, if you're running a Sun build, I wouldn't really recommend a Sun build at 2 out of 5, but if you really want Healing Sun, then sure, you probably go for that. take these out, because like if you're running heal and stun, very likely you won't be needing special attack MP refresh, right? So you could pick up that, I guess, go down there. But yeah, that's 2 out of 5. Nothing too amazing, but you do get your first swag back, which is pretty nice. So at 3 out of 5, like most units, is where Leavanny gets most of the good stuff, right, in the swag bag, if you may. So you for like a standard damage build, you probably would want, or Villa build, right? Not like full on damage build. Full on damage build, you probably want to just go like full bug buzz. You don't want to like screw with like swag bag at all, just because in that case you would have supports, right? But in the case where you don't have supports, you want to conserve MP, all that stuff, right? Especially in Villa, you want to pick up these 2 swag bags with these silver when MP refresh, because you will be using a lot of silver when. And then what's next is up to you, right? For the most part, there's no point picking up Grand Entry. Honestly, no point picking up Fortuitous, right? It has small chance of raising user's attack, defense, special defense, speed, actually, or evasiveness at random when the attack is successful. It's a 20% chance. With Swag Bag, you have a 45% chance of raising every, well, I wouldn't say every single stat, but like 5 stats, and this is just like 1 stat, and it's a random one, so I wouldn't pick that up. But if you do want to pick up a Fortuitous 9 up, that's a good one, because this is a guaranteed stat debuff on the opponent, right? The stat is random, so like if you decrease your opponent's attack on like a special attack striker, then well, that's very unlucky and kind of pointless. But most of the time you'll get something. Like I guess evasiveness isn't like that big of a deal, but like if you lower the opponent's special defense, if you lower one of their attacks or the one they use, if you lower their speed, actually that's all nice, right? Lowering their defense is that big of a deal, just because unless you're like running like a secondary striker with Leavanny as well, which I wouldn't really recommend, just because Leavanny is a pretty like move gauge heavy unit with the bug buzz, right? So there's that, I guess. As for some other nodes, you probably want to pick up bug buzz here, maybe get one on a roll. Depends, right? I really do prefer on rolls, just because like decreasing your opponent's special defense is just great, right? And pick up another bug buzz node, right? If you want. So that would be something that you'll run without supports, right? Well, you could have supports, but if you don't want to use MP or whatever, the really great sustainable set here with Leavanny. So as for like just a full out like DPS build, which like I'm not. Like, again, Burgh is good. Burgh's very good as a unit, but like a full out like DPS set, it's just like not that special for Burgh, if you guys get what I mean, right? Like Burgh really shines because of his just sustainability with the two extra swag bags. It has a another swag bag on its passive to boot, right? So like I don't really think like its DPS build is like that big of a deal, but it's still really good, because you got a lot of good stuff here. Obviously, the bug buzz power up nodes, bug buzz MP refresh, those are the basics, right? But you also pick up on a roll for bug buzz, which again is really good. You can also pick up, let's see, if you want Fortuitous, but again, like I mentioned before, this build is primarily for folks who are using support, so I wouldn't pick that up. I was thinking of something else. Don't know why I mentioned that. Oh, it's over here, Smarty Pants, right? The more the target special defense is lower, the more it powers up sync move. Since in this build, you probably, maybe like after using X special attack or whatever, right? But you probably will be starting off, just like straight up, just start bug buzzing your opponent once you get your support buffs, right, from your supports. Or if you don't want to use X special attack by yourself, just your supports, then you can just straight up go to bug buzz, and you could get a decent amount of special defense decreases on your opponent. So you could pick up Smarty Pants, which again, like I mentioned before, the more targets special defense is lower, the more it powers up sync moves, right? And then you could at the end pick up a extra struggle bug, an insectable struggle bug power up, an extra 25 damage on your sync move, which you should do a okay amount of damage on. If you don't want to pick that up or pick this up, you just go for some other stat nodes, right? Is there anything else that's significant that you could pick up? Again, like I mentioned before, since you do have Since you have supports, no point picking up Fortuitous or Grand Entry. I guess Befuddle, but like again, it just works. Yeah, special defense decrease. It works so well with Sparty Pants. Like if you're not picking up Sparty Pants, they're really that much of a point of picking up Befuddle, right? And you can't really pick both of these up together, right? Like if you just go with the absolute minimum, like you could take away like one Bug Buzz and you're one short of getting both of these, right? Unfortunately. So like just rely on the RNG on the Bug Buzz to get you there, right? So anyways, moving on to like another build. As you can see, there are like sun stuff down here, and with the sun build, you actually build a decently powerful sort of like sync nuke build, kinda, right? Because you got Solar Flare, which powers up sync moves with when the weather's sunny. You got Smarty Pants, just the more the opponent's special defense is lower, the more it powers up sync moves, right? So you got a lot of stuff to work with over there. So pick up the honor rolls over here, Smarty Pants into well, let me see. I kind of forgot this build. Do I have enough to pick that up? I don't know. Anyways, let's go down here first, and then I'll go back and check, right? Pick up Solar Flare over here, right? And then you can just pick up yeah, we do have enough, right? For a complete just sync nuke build, right? You got the extra damage increase in the Smarty Pants, and then you get the extra Solar Flare increase over there, and also the Insect Bolt Struggle Bug, two of these nodes as well. If you don't want to pick up these, if you want to do like some kind of like hybrid, just like Sun Team, you could also pick up Charging Sun instead of these two sync moves, right? And then you get a decently powerful Bug Buzz, right? That's an extra Charging Sun 5. Oh, that's an extra 50% on your Bug Buzz, which is probably slightly better in my opinion. But again, it depends on what you're running, what supports you're running, right? So it's between picking up Charging Sun or picking up these two. It really depends, right? So there's that. If you want to like just go for like a full sun build, you could go down here, pick up all this stuff, right? Again, I don't recommend picking up Solar Shield, like unless you're just facing opponents that are like using AoE status moves, then maybe, right? But like the Entei event, right? At the end, they use Heat Wave, although you probably won't be using Leavanny against Entei anyways, because Leavanny's weak to fire. But that's I guess the best example I could think of. The AoE moves that could inflict status like Entei's Heat Wave with Hostile Environment 10, right? So you could pick that up, and Entei also sets up Sun as well, although that's like after the Heat Wave, so I guess it doesn't really matter there. But yeah, that's something you could do. As for like some other stuff, obviously you want to still pick up your Bug Buzz stuff, right? As much as possible, get your honor rolls, or if you're like really not bothered with that, which I do think like the honor roll, like the defense, especially like it depends on what you're fighting, right? Because like if you're fighting like a lot of Villa stuff, their resistance to special defense decrease isn't really that high. But if you're like fighting like other stuff, like a lot of co-op stuff, their resistance to like special defense decrease is actually really high. So depending on circumstances, you either want to go with these honor rolls or just ignore them completely and just go for the like Struggle Bug powers up or power ups or whatever, right? I can't pick that one up unfortunately, but yeah, that's me for this one. I guess just some builds for Burgh Leavanny. Again, I will be summoning for, or trying to be summoning for Burgh Leavanny at later night, so tune in that. That should be fun. Hopefully it's going to be fun. And not like this thing Sue Grimsley and Sharpedo absolute disaster that was. So, again, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, guys. Thank you in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for some more important 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 channel for some more importance